What up? What up? What up, everybody? What's going on? How y'all feeling? It's a new week. It's a new day here. And the hammer can drop any day now, any minute, any hour. We are on Hammer Watch, y'all. And so we were just talking backstage about it. Like, man, I hope I'm not in the middle of doing something and the hammer drops. I want to be right there, ready to go, so we can address it. But listen, we got the countdown. We got 3 days until fall camp, y'all. Remember, for the locals and even those in Ohio, you can come to fall camp. The first 3 days is open to the public. I would encourage you to do that. I'm most likely going to be there. I will be there. But you should do that. Also, make sure you take a moment and like and subscribe to the video. We are on the road to 40,000 subscribers. We're chipping away at it. We're trying to get to 37, which we're very, very close to. So make sure you like and subscribe and do all of that. Okay, if you haven't done that, and you'll get us an inch closer, and we'll be there before you know it. And then yesterday, we did not go yesterday, so I did not have the pleasure of doing this countdown, so I'm going to mention it. Yesterday, and shout out to my my homie Rich Nethers, who follows my Buckeye Sports Talk with B-Moses Facebook page. He hit me up and was like, hey, you need to use Nate Ebner. So yes, I agree. We had 34 Nate Ebner days until kickoff versus Texas yesterday. What a great selection. Number 34. He is one unsung hero Buckeye. He's currently back on the staff, which I'm excited about. Had an excellent career. One of the most underrated, unappreciated careers in Buckeye history as a special teams expert. So shout out to Nate Ebner if you're watching this, brother. And honorable mention to Carlos Hyde, my guy. Love Carlos Hyde. Honorable mention. So also for the super chats tonight, remember, goes to our pay it forward, our military first responders. We're going to take care of them because they take care of us. Y'all know the drill. Nevada Buck, what is good, brother?
Well, I mean, lots going on, man. It's we had Premier Drum make a call on timing on this thing,
Yeah.
which let me tell you what, one of my favorite signs on the board, you know, if you've been following me for a while, is timing these things is always dicey because
Yeah.
it's hard enough to get it right, let alone get the timing right on top of that. And now, you know, Michigan fans are all up in arms because they're praying that he's going to be a day off or something like that so they can
Right.
claim victory, much like they did on the Tony Petitti letter and everything else like that. So I know that they're celebrating and making TikTok videos and everything, talking about how, you know, what if it doesn't happen this week, then we're in the clear and we're this. And so, so I'm going to spoil it for you, Michigan fans. It doesn't matter when it comes. It's coming. It's going to hit you. And
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. You can't. It's like I felt like the Terminator. You know, it's like you can't stop him. He feels no remorse. He will not stop until he hammers you. It's like that's what's going to happen to Michigan right now. And you know, it's funny when I'd gone back. You know, we had that great show with Intrinsic, and so I was, you know, one shout out to him. Just thought he was outstanding. Really, really smart guy. I love that all the smart people, every smart person that I've talked to in this whole thing is on the hammer train. You know that? Like you talk to Spiro, super genius. Premier Drum, very bright guy. Intrinsic, super bright. You know what I'm saying? It's like everybody's on the hammer train. And you know who's on the no hammer train? All the dummies, all these dullards, all these members of the Michigan cult that are out there. And when you ask them for reasons why they think they're not going to go, oh, I don't know, because Charlie Baker said we won fair and square, or Tony Petitti wrote a letter, you know, derp. And I'm like, guys, that's not going to save you. And but I want to reference, you know, something that we had talked about a little bit on the Intrinsic show. But this was really, I mean, this is really important to me. This is like almost the second most important point to the point that Michigan didn't go to a negotiated resolution, which is still the biggest reason of all that we know that they're on Hammer Watch. But in the selective leaks that they made to I believe it was Ross Dellinger, they talk about how, you know, this is Michigan's right. This is in the excerpts that they leaked. They talk about how the NCAA, Michigan's response was that the NCAA has accentuated aggravating factors while ignoring mitigating factors,
Right.
which which tells you, you don't have to look at the document, which tells you they're going for a failure to monitor aggravated on the thing. And if
It's
you get
clear.
a failure to monitor aggravated, you have a bowl ban. That is baked in the cake, guys. So like, you don't have to guess on this thing, even though Michigan's done a heck of a job of, keeping that NOA under wraps and, not, responding to Freedom of Information Act requests and other things like that. Stuff starts leaking out and it starts coming out in the most unlikely of places, and but it tells the whole story. And now today, I believe, Intrinsic just posted there's been an update, I believe, to the NCAA dashboard. I haven't had a chance to check myself, but like the Central Michigan thing has finally been put on the dashboard. B, is that a correct a correct encapsulation of what Intrinsic said?
What's funny is I'm hollering at Intrinsic now. I told him we're live right now. He said, yes, it's on the dashboard. So basically, the summary of it is there were multiple delays for long periods of 2024 for quote unquote party providing false or misleading information. And it says Central Michigan received their final NOA on June 27th. But yes, before that, it says new details on Central Michigan's infraction case shed some light. So it looks like there was an update on that. And Intrinsic is he's typing right now. Okay, look, this is what he just said. We got to the live. He said, they kept them off the dashboard. There's a reason they just waited until now. Someone at Central Michigan was talking. He put that in all caps. The amended NOA. So the pieces are coming together. We talked about the amended NOA and how huge that was on the Intrinsic show. He talked about how he missed it, and his compliance attorney people, his sources were saying, hey, you missed this. This is huge. So basically, he believes because of the timing of it, it was a Central Michigan person. But he's looking into it to try to, tie it together. But either way, the fact that the timing of the Central Michigan hitting the dashboard with this update to me is very interesting about it. Would you agree?
Well, that can't be a coincidence. That
At
absolutely
all.
cannot. That cannot. You mean like the week that we're expecting the hammer to fall, they finally post that NOA finally is received by Central Michigan and posted to the dashboard. That just can't be a coincidence. And again, another really ominous thing for Michigan, because do you think the Central Michigan thing helps your case, Michigan? How does that help your case in any way, shape, or form? You had a full-time employee on the sidelines at an opponent's game during the season, during your national championship season. So, we talk about all the games, potentially to be vacated or forfeited, or whatever you want to somehow erase from the thing. The one that seems seemingly is the no-brainer, no doubter of all time is the 2023 Michigan State game. I
Yeah.
mean, that was the team that they were advanced scouting with an employee in that 2023 season. So, and if that game goes down, as we've talked about many times, if that game goes down, the Big Ten title goes down and the national championship goes down. So it seemingly, that seems to be kind of a keystone at it. And the fact that there was an update on the dashboard today as we're going to air, yeah, that can't be a coincidence. And seemingly that's another arrow in the quiver of the Hammer Gang coming here. Because look, I have spent the better part of the last 3 days just calling every one of my sources, dialing up people talking about this, and I'm telling you, I have not met there's not a single serious person that I've talked to that doesn't believe Michigan's not that believes Michigan's not getting hammered. Not a single person. They're all saying the same. I think the only debate that's kind of going on right now between my sources right now is it 1 year, is it 2 years, is it 3 year postseason ban?
Right.
I think there's a reasonable debate, on those things going on. I think most people feel like it's going to be two. That most people feel like the NCAA is going to split the baby. They're not going to give them three. People say, well, why wouldn't they give them three based upon this? This is all based upon the NCAA's, own guidelines. You got to follow the guidelines. You look at your aggravating factors and your mitigating factors, and Michigan's going to offer up mitigating factors of their departure from Stallions, even though hasn't not been a complete separation. They still have them around the campus. They still have them around the players. You know, crazy that they have not completely disassociated themselves from Stallions, but they did fire Partridge, and they did give that meaningless 2-game handpicked 3 and 4 thing to Moore. And those were clearly meant so that they could have mitigants up there. Um, but do I think it's going to be enough? No, I don't. Don't think it's going to be enough by by any type of measure. I think they're getting too. And for Michigan, what's the impact of a 2-year postseason ban for Michigan? I think it's going to be scorched earth for them. People think that kids will stay around because of NIL. Well, you can get NIL anywhere. You talked about staring down the barrel of a 2-year postseason ban. I mean, that's going to have far-reaching implications to their recruiting, to their existing roster, to their coaching staff, to their program, to their brand. So, yeah, I mean, bad days ahead, and literally it could be at any moment. It could be when you're in the middle of your romantic dinner tomorrow night for the B Moses anniversary tour that's going to be hitting Columbus tomorrow night. But in that case, you just got to order quickly, get the get the dessert to go, and just head on home. So like that. I think that's what's going to need to be done.
Bro, that is funny. Yes, full disclosure. So shout out to my wife, Whitney. Love you. Tomorrow's her birthday, right?
Oh, birthday.
It's her
Okay.
birthday. Yeah. So I plan on taking her out, all that good stuff. And I told Nevada before we hopped on, I was like, man, I got a feeling this hammer's going to drop tomorrow on her birthday. And you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, we got to figure something out. Like, babe, listen, this is the hammer, babe. Like, we talked about this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just figure it out. But I'm like, of all the days for the hammer to drop, I hope it's not tomorrow. But either way, we're going to figure it out. But that is hilarious. But to your point, it literally can drop any day now. And so you see what's on my screen, people. So this is from Intrinsic, posted this. He said, Michigan administrators reportedly expecting news this week. Stay tuned. This is from Premier Drum. Premier Drum has been very consistent. He's been consistently right. He's been consistently on point. He has been a super friend with the Spiros and Intrinsics. Like, he's on point. He said, sounds like at least some in administration expects news this week for whatever that's worth. So does that guarantee there's going to be news this week? No. But here's the bottom line. We know 30 to 90 days from June 6th and June 7th is what the president said. So the time frame is coming up. It's any day now, like we've said. His sources are expecting it based off of their perspective, based off what they've heard. Timing these things is dicey. So you idiots, if it doesn't hit this week and hits next Monday, then sure, have at it. Go on your victory tour with the hammer clobbering you as you do it. It doesn't matter. The hammer's coming. If it's this week or next week, it's coming. So anyway, so that is very interesting. So again, it has me thinking like, man, watch me wake up in the morning and it's going to be like the hammer drop and, whatever. Either way, it's going to be fun and I'm excited about it. But yeah, and I'm waiting for Intrinsic to hit me back on that Central Michigan stuff on the inbox. But yeah, what you think about this premiere all over it once again?
Well, look, I mean, it's funny because it seems like we're living these alternate realities because you have Michigan fans that'll be like, oh, these guys go on there and they haven't been right on anything. We've been right on everything.
Come on, dog.
We've been right on everything. And guys like Premier Drum, guys like Justin Spiro, I mean, Premier Drum's had stuff nailed down. Justin Spiro, I mean, again, he was the guy that literally found out that Connor Stallions was on the sideline. So it's like, you're going to sit there and go, oh, these guys don't have any sources. They're fake insiders. They're like, where do you guys think that we come up with this information? I told you exactly who Jim Harbaugh was going to when all you clowns were out there going, he's coming back. He's got a plane.
Yeah.
He's coming back. And I'm like, I told you a month before, bet everything you have on Harbaugh to the Chargers because it's done. It's a done deal. It's already done. You guys go, oh no, he's signing it. I'm like, no, he's not. He's going to the NFL. He's gone. He's gone. Oh yeah, no, oh Nevada, you're just guessing. Well, I guessed the team. Yeah, I guess exactly what team he's going to. Like, come on, you guys. Like, it's been so funny because this thing has been such a exercise in like a psychology exercise because you've got again at 11 Warriors, you got some great guys. You got Premier Drum's been great, Ohio's been great, Josh Boone's been great, and then you got that 22 Buckeye who's such a clown. This guy, and the funny, I'm going to give you a little spoiler alert. All the other people at 11 Warriors, all they hate you, 22 bucks. They don't like you. But I'm going to, but I don't, but don't tell anybody. Don't let that leave this pod. That's a secret that I'm going to leave on this podcast right
Uh-oh.
now. Yeah, but so don't anybody tell them. But yeah, I mean, dude, like Premier Drum has been so good on this thing. Now he's not, he's not a god. He not can't go out there and predict exactly what moment it's going to do or exactly what's going to go on in terms of. But he's clearly sourced up. Justin Spiro is
Clearly.
clearly sourced up. Intrinsic is clearly a research first type of guy who's putting stuff there in terms of fact. And clearly we know what we're talking about this. And the Alliance of Super Friends has been strong on this. It's truly been a collaboration. I love bouncing stuff off those other guys because we don't pretend to have everything, but between the four of us, we pretty much
Oh yeah.
have everything. And for Michigan fans, like I said, I'm still waiting. We keep throwing the challenge out that at Michigan, it's like, hey, we're willing to listen to other points of view, but don't argue sillies. Don't argue, oh, you can't have a bowl ban because they'll sue for an antitrust legislation for the players. They're gonna, it's like, guys, you're part of an organization that has rules, that you signed up voluntarily to be part of that. Now
Right.
you're gonna go there and you're gonna sue and say, oh, you can't enforce the rules. Come on, guys. Players have freedom of movement. They don't need to be impacted by this. If there's a 2-year bowl ban, you know what? They can leave. So there's no, infringement of their ability to earn. They can just get out, get in the portal, go somewhere else for somebody who wasn't cheating in the
Right.
biggest cheating scandal in the history of college sports for the past, 4 years, and go play somewhere else where there wasn't cheating going on. So, it's funny listening to this, but we're still open. We still are issuing that open decree to anybody on the Michigan side. If you have facts, if you have reasons, some rational arguments or something, we bring them on, man. We want to listen to them because I'm just tired of listening to this pablum or this crazy. I mean, have you ever seen a more delusional fan base, a crazier, truly crazy fan base than the Michigan fans? I mean, B, have you ever seen anything like it?
I have not. And backstage, I'm just being honest with you. I was talking to Nevada before we hopped on, and I had I go in on Michigan fans, and clown them, troll them, make fun of them. But I had a serious moment backstage. I was telling Nevada, I was venting to him. I said, "Listen, I've never seen anything like this. I've never seen a group of people more crazy when it comes to sports, and just their willingness to just suspend all logic, all rationale."
Intense, emotional, and sometimes irrational behavior when it comes to sports due to a deep psychological
Do you hear
connection to
that?
the teams, which can become part of their identity. This strong emotional investment can lead to phenomena like
That is
What
hilarious. How do I stop it?
what is that?
It's like an AI. It
Oh
heard
no.
me talking about irrational fans, and the AI start coming on, giving me a breakdown of irrational fans.
Oh, that is beautiful. That's one of the great
That
moments in Scoop history right there.
is
Is
hilarious.
like the AI bot like took over B Moses's computer, and it would have been great if they'd been lecturing you about like there's no hammer coming because Charlie Baker said we won fair and square. B Moses.
oh my God, the playback for that is going to be hilarious. But it was an agreement. It was an agreement with me. They're idiots. They're crazy. I was telling Nevada, like, I don't understand. Like it. I mean, I'll give them credit for their consistency. They've been extremely dying on this hill. I mean, they are dying good death on this hill, and it's just the stupidest argument, Nevada and everyone out there, that they keep hitting us with is you've been talking about the hammer for 2 years and it's still not here. That one really, really irritates my soul because either you're stupid, you have no clue of how this works, and you're just talking, or you know how this works and you're just putting the worst argument out there possible just to bide your time. It's an investigation. It has not been announced yet. When the announcement comes with the sanctions, that will be the hammer. What are you talking about? It's just, bro, I can't with these folks. So I've been in hammer cometh mode. Remember some episodes ago, I was saying the drip, the slow drip is cool. I'm ready for this to get over with. I'm done with these clowns. Hammer cometh now. And we know it's literally any day now. And so I'm just,
well, yeah, but think about it. Okay, this thing first broke in October of 2023. Okay, can we agree on that?
yes,
That October of 2023 is when this thing broke. When this thing, the first stories, first thing, October of 2023. It is now July of 2025. Okay, so it hasn't even been 2 years. It hasn't even been 24 months yet.
right.
And we're almost to the finish. Like you said, we could get the hammer tonight during the show. We could get the hammer tomorrow. I mean, this thing is going to be done in under 24 months. Do you know how fast that is?
That is
In
fast.
That's so fast. And I'm
Compared
not
to other
talking about
cases, yeah.
well, I'm not even talking about just about NCAA. It's certainly fast by the NCAA standards, but in terms of just the legal system, anybody who's ever had a civil case, anybody who's ever had like, man, it does not fly through there. You watch TV and you see it get all done in 60 minutes on your TV, and you think, wow, this thing moves along really fast. That's not how it goes. It takes a long time. So under 24 months for something like that that's this complicated, and that the NCAA's they have to dot every I and cross every T, because Michigan is going to mince every word, go over everything, looking for any type of a mistake by the NCAA where they didn't follow their policies, their procedures, their guidelines, so that they have something that's appealable legally. And so the NCAA's got to be very, very, very careful about this. And the fact that they've got this done in under 2 years, I would have set the over under on this thing at 2.5 to 3 years and probably played the over. I would have never dreamed it could be done this quick. So for people complain about how long it's taking, I'm astounded how quick it is. I mean, I really, go look at those other cases, B. Those things, 3 years minimum.
3 to 5 years, some 5.
3 to 5 years. This under 2, which is crazy fast.
And that's with Michigan asking for an extension.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So, I mean, listen, I get it, Nevada. And we talked about this the other day with Petiti, when he crushed Michigan's soul, but letting them know this is standard procedure and not me putting my cape on for you. This is just what we're supposed to do politically. PR, this is what we do. I know that crushed your soul, but the other highlight with that was him saying that he's fed up with how long this takes. So yes, it's relative. Like, this takes too long in general, but within the system that we currently have, this is lightning quick is our point. And so just because it's taking longer than what you like doesn't mean that the end result won't be the same. Like, hammer fatigue. Listen, y'all, you can't allow fatigue of any kind. This is just a life principle. You can't allow waiting on something or something processing to basically void out your logic and your reasoning. Okay, it doesn't make sense to believe that 6 level 1 violations and everything that was said in that initial letter from Tony Petiti is just going to disappear because it's taking longer than you like. Okay, that's the point. So now we know all the facts are out. 30 to 90 days from June 7th. We are in the threshold of that right now. Any day now, the sanctions will come. Another fact, and make sure y'all who's watching this now, go back and watch the last show we did 2 days ago with Intrinsic. Okay, that was a phenomenal show. We go through and break down. We're not just on there just giving uninformed opinions. We're breaking down bylaws. We're going through. Intrinsic is going through and showing you that this case is pointing to a failure to monitor aggravated. We explain why, and we show you what comes. He also pointed out that this is not just a matter of what Josh Pate said something about, them. I guess it's not the committee just deciding like, hey, should we do this or not? No. When it falls within that realm or with that, that bracket of that type of infraction, it's not something okay, should we do this? They're going to hit you. You're going to get a bowl ban. It just matters that what they do deliberate is it 1 to 3 years. So when we talk about this postseason ban, when we talk about these penalties, it's from an informed place of actually reviewing the documents. I know it's boring to some of y'all, but if we're going to be leaders with information, we're going to educate ourselves, and we're going to try to educate you. And this is why we scoff and laugh at these Michigan fans and the media who try to say we're liars and we're sensationalizing and we're just making stuff up, when every episode we're literally walking you through the black and white points, pointing to receipts, pointing to facts, showing you everything, and y'all still like, nuh-uh. That gets that weighs on you after a while, Nevada, with these folk. It's just like I hate low IQ people. Listen, everybody has different levels of intellect. I'm not the smartest guy, but at least apply yourself and be a critical thinker. Whether you a Buckeye fan, Michigan fan, some of the Buckeye fans are poo-pooing the hammer too. Well, it ain't happened yet. They're gonna get off. Based on what? Provide facts on your argument, not just frustration. And now I'm venting. But it's frustrating dealing with foolish people, Nevada. And I just wanted to say that because it's just like, do better, Michigan media. Think before you speak. And if you're just lying just to save subscriptions, cool. I respect it, I guess. But it don't matter because that ain't going to stop the hammer. And that's all that really matters. You deserved it. You earned it. And it's coming. Preach.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see the fallout when this thing comes.
Yeah.
Are the people going to turn on these Michigan guys that have been just feeding them these lies this whole time?
Yes,
Like,
some will.
I mean,
yes.
it's going to be interesting. Now there's a thing in the case, and I want to ask your opinion on this because this seems to be a thing with the Central Michigan thing. So there's two schools of thought on the Central Michigan case. One is that Connor Stallions was there to scout Michigan State for later on in the season, see if their signs were the same. The second is that somehow he was there at the behest of, he was working for Central Michigan. Now, if he was working for Central Michigan at the time, I don't, like I said, I don't, I know that we have limited footage on that, but I don't know, to you, first of all, is that relevant to you? Does that make any difference to you whether or not Connor Stallions, the full-time employee of Michigan, was working for Central Michigan? Was he working against Michigan State? Was he doing both things? Is that relevant to you? And then we can kind of go to question number two.
Completely irrelevant. It's dumb. It's a point they've been making recently, Nevada, to try to, I guess they feel great about that. It doesn't matter. So I'll just keep it short. No, it's irrelevant.
Okay. So the second question, and for people that didn't watch the game, Central Michigan was actually leading in the game 7-3 with like 30 seconds to go in the first half. So it was,
they were.
It was an uncomfortably close game. But I keep thinking if he was working for Central Michigan, I'm trying to figure out how he would have, wouldn't he have been like standing next to like their coordinators or somebody there and like somehow feeding information to them in real time? And I'd heard that he left the game at halftime. So I'm not sure kind of how that whole thing kind of goes together. But no, that seems to be the argument du jour, is that because he was working for Central Michigan, even though there was a text message talking about bringing Jake Costner, his co-conspirator in this, there to meet with Sherrone Moore of all people, which, wow, I wonder what that meeting was about.
Delete.
But it doesn't matter. They deleted them because they were able to get the messages back. So that, so it doesn't matter. It's like, I'm like, wait a second. He tried to delete them. That it was the act of deleting them, not the fact that they got them back. That was the bad fact for Sherrone Moore. But for Connor Stallions to be there and to be doing that, I like I said, this argument about how he was this lone wolf employee of the, doesn't that bolster the whole failure to monitor argument right there? I mean, failure to monitor, you're talking about you're not monitoring your program. Well, you have a full-time employee that's on the sideline of a future opponent's game and advising, working for another team during the thing. Doesn't that make it worse, not better?
It absolutely makes it worse. And any reasoning, first of all, the footage that we saw of Stallions was not some, oh, I'm just here to help. It was this. When the camera came close, it was this. It was spy glasses. I mean, like, dude, there's footage of him being handed the apparel before he walked into the stadium. Like, come on. What are we doing here? Like, we've been over this, we've been through this. It's ridiculous. They got an excuse bar. They got excuse bars for everything. And this is their newest thing they've been hitting me with is like, oh, it's been proven that he was just there for this reason. Blah, 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 blah. Like, bro, it doesn't matter. It's ridiculous. And on top of that, for those who have not saw the Netflix documentary, there's a part at the end where he's being asked about that and he's playing dumb about him being on the sideline. And then, of course, your boy Dave Portapotty, Portapotty? Dave Portapotty, he admits that was him on the sideline. Like, come on, dog. Like, the NCAA is not stupid. They already came out and said that they knew it was proven that it was him. Okay? So they're just all over the place, Nevada. At first, it was like Spiro, he has posted on Twitter, I can't even name the amount of times he's done it, the proof that it's true. But not only that, Nevada, the Michigan fans, when he first released it, because he's the one who broke that, Justin Spiro, the Michigan fans, oh my God, they went in on him, talking about how ridiculous he was, how foolish he was. He's a liar. That's not him. And the NCAA said they know it's him. It's him. It's proven. And he lied to them on Netflix. And one more thing, Nevada, a lot of these talking points, and this is why I was so irritated with the Netflix documentary, because they're so dumb. I knew it was going to be a downloading, a brainwashing of the Michigan fan base to just corporately download, their terrible arguments into the fan base. And they literally recite Netflix talking points. They gobbled that up. Listen, I hated to watch that, but I stomached it because for research purposes, what we do, I needed to watch it. But it was a terrible watch, and it was exactly what I thought it was. It was a brainwashing episode, of Connor trying to explain away, why what he did was just better than what others did, and then putting, what other schools are doing it, and they have their guys, and show evidence or shut up, provide proof or keep your mouth shut. Ask Michigan fans when they say that, provide evidence, and just wait. They don't have any evidence, and they're never going to release it because they don't have it. And that goes for Ryan Day's brother and all the other goofy arguments that they've had. And so, yes, Nevada, it's ridiculous. It doesn't matter what he was doing there, or it doesn't matter the reasoning of why he was there. It's the fact that he was there and what we saw him doing. That's all that matters. And he lied about it. If it wasn't a big deal, Nevada, why would you dodge the question with the NCAA on the Netflix documentary if it wasn't a big deal, right?
Because he's just smarter than everybody. He outsmarted them by not doing that. And look, his co-conspirator, Mr. T or Uncle T or Uncle Fester or whatever the guy's name is threatening to release the dossier now. He's threatening. Apparently, that's his latest thing on the Michigan boards, that he's about ready to drop the hammer and release the dossier. So what do you think about that? Or should we all be, and I'm not talking about Connor's like insane musings, that dossier. I'm talking about the Mr. T dossier, that he's got the dirt on the NCAA, or maybe was that on Ohio State, or is it on the NCAA?
Ohio State.
It's on Ohio
Yeah,
State.
It's on Ohio State.
So he's got the dossier.
It might be on the NCAA as well. I can't keep up with the foolishness, but I do know it's Ohio State. I mean, he claims that another fan on my Facebook page today hit me with and you guys hacked into our catapult. Again, my response: please provide evidence or shut up. And
Well,
you know
well,
what I mean?
let me- no, but let me ask you that question though. If Ohio State hacked into Michigan's catapult, what would you defend that?
Of course not.
Of course not. Exactly. We'd be like,
Like,
hey, whoever did that, there's whatever punishment you do,
get them
give
out
them
of
the
here.
Get them out of here. Absolutely. I mean, it's the fact that the fact that they've got that Stallions. I'm telling you, the fact that they didn't disassociate him from the program, the fact that they're still, happy birthday, Connor. It's like, fan, do you guys realize this is a guy that supposedly forged the signature of Blake Corum on LLC documents on something that would have deemed him to be ineligible to play? So either Connor Stallions committed a
Oof.
felony
Mm.
or Blake Corum lied. There's only two answers to that. The
Yes.
Justice Bureau put out Twitter, but I mean, like, and you're still celebrating this guy. This guy, I mean, if some guy committed a felony against, impersonated, Emeka Ibuka and put documents on there or something like that, would we be celebrating them? We'd be like, disassociate him, take away his tickets, never allow him in the stadium. I mean, like that person would be persona non grata. Would we be wishing him happy birthday? Happy birthday! Here's Bryce Underwood with you, and are you guys insane? Are these Michigan fans literally, are they out of their freaking minds or what? I mean, what in the world is going on there?
Bro, it amazes me how many elements and aspects to this case that we haven't forgotten about, but it's just not in the forefront of your mind. And that LLC, and shout out to my homie Dewan. I know you watch it. He always be like, LLC, what's good with that LLC though? Because it's like the question is like, why isn't that being brought up? But to your point, yes, and Ciro on his latest edit, he had Corum responding to the question from the reporter where he was like, I don't know nothing about that, right? So according to Corum, he didn't sign it. Is that fair to say that is that a good interpretation of his words, Nevada? I don't know nothing about that. That doesn't that mean that he had nothing to do with it?
You can't interpret it either way. That's what he said. He said, I know nothing about that. So that means ... that Connor Stallions forged his name onto an LLC. You cannot just put I cannot form an LLC and put B Moses on it and sign the thing for it. And that's illegal. That's a felony. You can't do that. You can't do that. Minimum. So
the minimum penalty is a felony.
It's a minimum penalty. I mean, like that's a felony. You can't do that. So what if there's, like I said, there's only one of two answers. Blake Corum lied or Connor Stallions committed a felony. Pick your poison.
Yep. So to your point, Nevada, the question begs the question, why is this clown still being heralded as some hero? Why? He's a liar. He's a schemer. He's a sociopath. I mean, like manifestos, refusing to leave a high school as a coach when he was clearly not wanted. I mean, the dude he's not a guy you should look to as a hero or someone that this guy is honorable. No, and he's about to get y'all cracked. Connor Stallions and Harbaugh. Let me rephrase that. Yes, Connor Stallions did what he did, but we never bought the lone wolf crap y'all tried to sell. So
hold on. I gotta address that. Let's just play make believe just for a second. Okay.
Let's do it.
Do you believe there is a world where Connor Stallions could have been like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna steal the opponent's signs and I'm gonna leak them to the offensive coordinator and the defensive coordinator, and the head coach isn't going to know a thing about describe to me that world where that could be true.
There is no world. And this is why Jim Harbaugh handed him a game ball. and this is why on the Tennessee message board we showed you before it came out to the public that the person that was doing, going to the stadiums recording signals was told never talk to Harbaugh, because we want to try to make it seem like he doesn't know. We want to close off all paper trails to prove that he knows about it. But clearly he knows. We've been over this so many times. Anybody who watches football, anybody who knows anything about a major program, Nevada, you call them Geppettos and all the other stuff. A Connor Stallions type guy is not going to be on the hip of the coordinators like that in the game unless the coordinators know exactly what's going on. Like, come on, man. Let's stop.
And the head coach. The head coach.
And the head coach. I'm sorry. Yes. And the head coach
jumping around. The head coach not going to go, hey, Hey, by the way, I saw this guy standing by your sideline, whispering in your ear, who was that? Don't worry about it, coach. I got to. Oh, okay, okay, Jesse. Just you do
Sure.
you. Sure.
Right.
It's like, come on.
Yeah,
That's what they're asking. That's what they're asking us to believe, B. That's what they're asking us to believe.
and not only that, Intrinsic, shout out Intrinsic. He made a great point, Nevada, on the last episode. He said, show me anybody else, like any other team that has another counter stat. Show me another duplicate situation like that on any other team. If everybody does this and everybody has a guy like this, show me them on a sideline of a team doing this.
No,
And that was a great point.
I want to see you like run up there and try to like whisper in the ear of one of the offensive coordinators and watch as they tase you and drag your carcass off the side of the field.
Don't tase me, bro.
Don't tase me, bro. It's going to be a pass. It's going to be a pass.
Yeah. Yeah, let me get that Heartline. Next time I see Heartline at Whole Foods, I'm gonna just walk up to him like, hey, bro, listen, you know what I'm saying? This is fun. The Michigan fans said this, everybody does it. It's cool. Let me be your stallions. And then next thing you know, local podcaster B. Moses was arrested for harassment. Like, just stop it. Just stop it. It's ridiculous. All of this has been foolishness, okay? And not one of you bums have refuted soundly with any logic, with anything, what we've said. And so we've been inviting you to do that this whole time. None of y'all have done it, okay? So there's that, and there's that. But anyway.
But hey, like the Central Michigan stuff coming, I love the fact that the Central Michigan stuff finally, because we've been waiting for that. We've been
Yeah.
that's been really weird that wasn't on the dashboard. You know what I'm saying? Like that they hadn't received their NOA. And because like, their thing seemed to be so open and shut. Remember when the whole thing were like, we'll have to investigate, if that was Stallions on the sideline. It's like, how long do you think the investigation took there at Central Michigan for them to determine if that was a coach or if that was if that was a coach, they would have said that in 14 seconds. After that, they'd have been like, "Hey, no, that was B. Moses's brother over there. That was not Connor Stallions over there." You know what I'm saying? Like, no, they knew. They knew then. They knew immediately what that was all about. They had that. But yeah, the fact that this took this long. I mean, heck, this thing. Yeah, we could talk about the 2 years. I mean, the Central Michigan thing's taken 2 years to get on the dashboard.
Yeah,
I mean,
and Intrinsic just hit me back, by the way. So he said, this is what he thinks. He said, McElwain may have struck a deal. Now, listen, this is for guys who aren't initiated or whatever. The NCAA dashboard is a way that you can kind of keep up with activity, of different updates and things that has happened. It doesn't tell you the party exactly. It doesn't say Jim McElwain, testify. It doesn't say that. But reading the tea leaves, it can kind of maybe, okay, this makes sense. So he says he thinks McElwain may have struck a deal. This aligns with his retiring amended now for UM. And timing of this being hidden and released all speaks to CMU being involved in the Michigan case, amended NOA. So anyway, he says, bring up the NCAA dashboard on your show, compare the dates of the amended NOA for Michigan and the allegation hearing. So he's just putting the pieces together that make a lot of sense. The timing of this is and again, like, remember on the last show, Nevada, I know but people, when Intrinsic brought up the fact that, hey, the amended NOA was a huge deal that a lot of people missed, including him. And was saying that his compliance people felt like they felt strongly that somebody came forward, right, with like some vital information that was worth amending and taking more time in this case. And I think it maybe makes sense that it was maybe McElwain or somebody striking a deal. I don't know. But either way, not good for Michigan at all. That's the point. It's not good. So, yeah.
Now the great Justin Spiro claims that it might have been the great Justin Spiro's information that came forward at that time. That does line up at the time. So I'm, not saying it was. So I don't want anybody else to go to. Somebody went to his house and like literally left like a note. They left a note on his door, like one of those notes that you see from this kid where they cut out the letters and they put out like a little note on the thing. It was one of those. That's how creepy this Michigan. So for Justin, this whole thing's very personal for him because yeah, yeah,
Sorry. Go ahead.
no problem. Are you playing Justin Spiro's latest edit?
Oh, I can. You
You
want to
can't.
play it?
Let's do it. We got it. It's 60 seconds. Come on, it's 60
Yeah.
seconds of joy. We can watch
Let's play
this.
it.
Okay.
This whole thing is I think we're going to regret making that guy a hero.
Is there a chance Michigan has to forfeit wins?
They forged your. I don't know anything about that.
That is frightening. I say frightening.
Justin is a disturbed little man, man. We love him. But man, those edits are creepy. I have to eat some cookies and milk after I watch those things so I don't get scared, man. I don't like scary movies. Like some people like scary movies. I don't like scary movies. I don't ever watch them. I don't like that stuff and everything like that. And I'm telling you, some of his edits are borderline creepy to me, man. They're scary.
Not borderline. Like they are creepy. Like straight up. But did y'all peep the masterful, beautiful imagery of the stained glass Michigan vacuum? Did y'all peep that?
Yeah, that was the little Easter egg in there. That was beautiful.
Yes. And another Easter egg, it's a whole nother pod, but he's mentioned the possibility of forfeits instead of vacated, which is I don't know. I'm not willing to take my mind that far. That makes me too happy. I'll settle with vacated, but that's very interesting if that happens. I'll say that. But real quick, and we can slide into super chats in a little bit. But here's something else he posted. I don't know if you can see this on the screen, but it says it's a reminder. It said Jim Harbaugh calling out Ryan Day for cheating because an OSU assistant showed up to the facility too early, then launching the greatest on-field cheating scheme in history right after. And it shows, it just talks about, some reporter from the Detroit Free Press trying to defend Harbaugh for being upset about it. And remember, y'all, this whole incident where Hairball called out called out Ryan Day on the press conference. They do like a little call. I forget what they call it, like a call press conference. Anyway, he called out Ryan Day on this call with all these coaches and media, and that's what set Ryan Day off to make the drop 100 on them comment, because it's like, this dude is bugging. Like, what? Are you serious? That's what prompted the drop 100 on him, and then of course they ducked us later that season in 2020. But it's just fun. Harbaugh tried to call himself calling out Ryan Day for something petty and stupid and ridiculous, and then of course here comes the cheating. And so just Spiro posted that recently, and I thought that was a nice reminder of that whole activity.
Well, and I don't want to get into it because this could be a whole different pod, but even the players, even the great Buckeye Jack Sawyer,
Oh yes,
mentioned the cheating and how the cheating affected the games and how they left in 2022 going, that was the weirdest game they've ever been. But like I've said it, the 2022 was that was the absolute zenith of the cheating, because that one was crazy. I mean, that one was absolutely crazy that came down that way, that game went down that way. And you talk about games that are career altering. That's career altering for CJ Stroud, for Ryan Day. Almost ended Ryan Day's tenure at Ohio State. I mean, this thing had far-reaching implications. This cheating had far-reaching implications and I think if there was any game that was a classic example, that's the reason they won that 2022 game. Can't blame 2024, even though you got residual stuff and everything. But 2022, man, that was peak cheating. Jack called it out. So they knew the afterwards. Now the players look at it and kind of go, man, now it all makes sense now. Now that that they had the signs. man, so many things would be different. So the whole trajectory of so many people's careers and lives and legacies would be completely different. This thing, and that's why the punishment's got to be harsh. That's why the punishment's gonna be harsh, and any day now.
Yep, exactly. And two quick things, Nevada, I forgot to mention because I talked about Nate Ebner and Carlos Hyde. Today is 33 James Laurinaitis days until Texas.
There we
game.
go.
I had to get that out. Shout out to James. Appreciate you for what you're doing. You know, as a coach, what you did as a player. You're a great guy. I didn't want to leave you hanging, man. Thinking about yesterday. So there's that. And then also getting to
34. We got a lot of good 34s.
We do.
Was Raymond Harris a 34 too?
I'm pretty sure Raymond was 34. Let me I'll check that real quick. I'm pretty sure he was.
Because I loved Raymond Harris, man. I was a big Raymond Harris guy. Yeah, he was. I don't know if he was 34 now. Yeah, he was.
I'm about to tell you right now. Let me see. Yep, 34.
I knew it. See, there we go. Nevada Buck. I may be old, but my mind can still latch on to things like those little numbers there and those players. But like, yeah, I love me some Raymond Harris.
Yeah, I see. I'm looking at the big shoulder pads, the big numbers.
Oh, yeah.
34.
Yeah,
man, Raymond Harris was nice. What's good, Raymond? I saw you at a tailgate not too long ago. You probably won't remember me, but you know, shout out to you, man. Much respect and love for you.
What was his nickname? What was Raymond Harris's nickname?
I don't remember that.
I want to say, was it the Quiet Storm? Was he Raymond the Quiet Storm Harris?
I don't know. If he's not, he is now. Let me see. Raymond. Let me see if AI
I might have just made that up.
You might have just made that up for real. Raymond the Quiet Storm Harris. Let's see what comes up for that.
It comes up. Yeah, that could be really bad. We have no idea what could pop up right now. Come on.
Raymond Quiet Storm. Hold on. Buckeye Planet. Raymond Quiet Storm Harris. Official thread.
Oh, there we go. Let's go.
Now,
Let's go.
Yeah.
Yes.
So there is some evidence that you are onto something. That is very remarkable, sir.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, you channeled your inner Jack Park with that one.
I did. I was really, man, I was tapping. I was going deep on that one, but Quiet Storm, yeah.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope, man.
Yeah. Stumped B Moses. I did it.
Definitely stumped me on that one. And I fancy myself as a mini historian. I know my stuff, but you embarrassed me. I got to get with you after the show about that.
And that wasn't Chick Harley or anything like that. That was like contemporary stuff. That was not Vic Janowitz or Hopalong Cassidy or something like that. That was something that was right in your wheelbox. I mean, you should have known that one right there.
Yeah, I'm bugging for that. My bad, Raymond.
Yeah,
that's a dope nickname, though.
That is very good nickname.
But yeah, man.
What was your nickname in high school?
Just B Moses. I mean, my full name is Brandon Moses.
Well, yeah, I didn't think it was B, but it was like Boo or anything like that.
Nope,
nothing like that. Just B.
Just B Moses. It would not just B, but B Moses. Like that was it. You know what I'm saying? So it just had a nice ring to it, and it still does.
It still does. It still does. Yes, it does.
You know what I'm saying?
We got to get some of the old videos of you playing high school basketball or something like that. You'd be like the Al Bundy of our thing here or something like that. We get
4 touchdowns, 1 game. But here's the thing. I'm a little longer in the tooth, so it's VHS, and you know what I'm saying?
Be fuzzy all the. It's a beta tape that you have. We'll get you out there. We'll have to move that on there. We got to do a show of B Moses dedication show where you have on the short shorts and high socks.
Oh, Jesus. Now you got me feeling old, man. I'm really thinking about I didn't even make the DVD cut.
Or were you long shorts and short socks? Which one were you? Were you
no, it was we didn't get the the shift in the 90s with the longer shorts. It wasn't quite, we didn't quite get that in the budget. So, it was somewhere in between. It wasn't completely Mark Price short, but it definitely wasn't, it wasn't like, hip hop hooray.
Dennis Rodman short.
Right. So we were still struggling a little bit. But I had the J's on. I had the latest J's. I had the Jordan 11s. But anyway, that is hilarious. So real quick before we slide into super chats, I was going to say, and I mean real quick, about the Jack Sawyer video that's out. that scum fans are hating on or whatever, where he says he once again, like Kate Stover said, he was pointing to the play with Kate Stover that they never done. They never did any formation like that ever, and they snuffed it out and they were calling it out. He said, I know for a fact, the coaches, the Ohio State coaches, they look at that and they point to that as a key eye opener to, you know, them doing some other activity, you know, with some hacking and some film, and like they I'll just say that. That's all I say. So I'll end it at that. We can slide in them super chats.
Let's do it.
Unless you're gonna say so. Okay.
No.
All right, cool.
Hold on. I just got this vision of you in those short shorts and those long high socks, man, and I just can't get it out of my mind right now. I'm sorry. I gotta focus. I gotta refocus the whole show now.
Oh man, yeah, that's actually what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna send you a picture later if I can find it, like on my yearbook. There's a picture in my yearbook of me with the ball, with the triple threat, with the shorts on. I'm gonna send that to you. So yeah. But all right, we got District Fire. Thanks for the $9.99. When it drops, I don't want to find out from the press that isn't paying attention now. From your perspective, what is the best way to get it quick? So, I mean, I'll respond. To me, I'm going to be, as soon as I find out, I'm posting it. Now, we're going to try to do, we're obviously going to go live. We're going to do a show about it. But Buckeye Scoop will be all over it. Social media, I'll be all over it. I'm on Facebook, I'm on IG, I'm on Twitter. Buckeye Scoop is on Twitter. You'll hear about it. Like, you'll hear about it from us, Buckeye Boyz. Trust and believe. As soon as I hear it, I got post on already. It's gonna, comprise of 1,000 laughing emojis along with the text, but it's going to be posted. So Nevada, he's asking, when it drops, he ain't trying to pay attention to these outlets who ain't been on it. And he's saying, what's the best way to get it quick? You could join the BuckeyeScoop.com platform because it's going to be there first. Go ahead.
That is the answer right there. That is, if you remember BuckeyeScoop.com, you're current on all current events, all things. But on this story, you'll have it within seconds of it being posted. It'll be in there. So BuckeyeScoop.com. Definitely the best way to go if you want to stay up to date on this and any other story breaking in college sports in general or Ohio State football in particular. That's where you go. Yep,
absolutely. We all over it. And again, we already got a thread on BuckeyeScoop.com, a Michigan thread that's otherworldly. It's the greatest thread in message board history. It's already at almost 1,000 pages, and it'll be at 2,000 plus when that hammer drops. So yeah, make sure you hop on. Mike Green, what's good, brother? One of my favorite dudes. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for the $4.99. The team up north, why would you scream our natty doesn't count before sanctions? ? Short bus, I guarantee. Y'all will try and say that cheating natty counted after the hammer. Exactly. It's hilarious that they try to call our natty a Mickey Mouse natty because we lost a couple of regular season games in a new era of college football that's akin to the NFL, type of model where you have to win several games in the postseason. That's a Mickey Mouse natty when we had the greatest 4-game run in college football history, not just playoff, but I can't think of a 4-game run ever that tough, not only with the opponent, but the margin of victory. I don't think you're ever going to find that, but that's Mickey Mouse. But yet you had to cheat to get your natty, and you're calling ours a Mickey Mouse. So yes, Mike Green, I 1,000% agree. It's dumb. They look dumb, they sound dumb, and they are dumb. Nevada.
Well, and their fatty is going to be taken away, man. It's going to be taken away. Fratty, it's going to be taken away. It's going to go down. There's just going to be this big hole right there, and it's going to be like, hey, you guys have won half a national championship in the past 60 years or something like that. So yeah, when that goes down, all you're going to have left is the memories, guys. And the idea that our thing with ours is the most legitimate national championship in the history of college. Right. Maybe there might be one in the future that's more, but there's never been one as legitimate as that one. So yeah, copium, heavy dose of copium.
Heavy dose. And just for those who try to refute that point, Nevada, I've had some cats try to refute that. Well, this is the first time ever it's done, so of course it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. In my rock voice, because that doesn't negate the accomplishment. Yes, you're correct. It's the first 12-team playoff. Nobody has had the opportunity to do it. And guess what? We did it. And you can't negate that. So until somebody else does it in a fashion, I'll just real quick, and we'll move on to the last super chat. Think about the path, though. Let's just say Penn State. Let's say Penn State went on their run and they won the Natty, right? Would their path been as impressive as ours, Nevada?
Would their path have
Boise
been,
State?
no, definitely not. Definitely not. I mean, theirs was a joke. There was a joke. Theirs was
exactly.
But I still would have given them
sure
hats off for winning.
Props.
Props for four games, and they won it, and that's definitely an absolutely legitimate national champion. But nobody look when they put out the brackets, everybody thought we were in the bracket of death. Everybody's like, they're gonna probably lose to Tennessee. If they don't, they're gonna get run by Oregon. If somehow they slip by them, Texas is gonna violate them, and then the national champ, whatever. And we took that, put it on its head, and won every game by double digits. So, I mean, come on.
Yep, exactly, and that's my point. So yes, that's a good point about it. Not negating whoever came out of this bracket would have been a respectable champion. I guess my point is, y'all, is that not only would we have been respectable champions no matter what our bracket, but our bracket was the toughest, arguably, that anybody had. And we still won by double digits, the margins of games, how we won. We didn't just beat good teams, we beat them soundly, is my point. So, miss me with that Mickey Mouse crap. That's the summary of what we're saying. So, all right. My guy Mark Bundy, what's up, man? Thanks for being a Scoop Ultra member. Thanks for the 199. Appreciate you. GTMH. What you saying? What's that? I'm being dumb right now. What's that abbreviation for? I think you're saying Thursday at the latest is when the sanctions are going to drop, is I believe what you're saying. But OH and then Nevada. What do you think? Thursday at the latest, or you think it's going to be next week?
I don't, man. I hate you because I hate even getting into it. Yeah, well, because then it'd be like, Nevada got it wrong. It didn't drop by Thursday. It said it was gonna be a Thursday. It didn't happen. It's like I don't know. I don't know when it's gonna drop. Here's what I know. Gotta like this video. Like this video. You guys are there right now. You're listening right now. You got like 1 second. Just take your little finger, move the little like button, the little thumbs up thing. Click the like button on this thing, because that really helps us out in the video. Subscribe to the channel, help us on stuff. But timing, man, I don't know. But it could happen tonight. It could happen tomorrow morning. It could happen during B Moses's romantic birthday dinner tomorrow night. Which that would be just awesome. Your phone starts blowing up. I start calling you. B, what do you guys? Okay, we're having the appetizer right now. It's like, man, you gotta move this along. You've got to move this along right now, man.
I can just see myself like
just eating, honey. We gotta go. We gotta go. We gotta go right now. The hammer just dropped on.
I kind of gotta go live right now. Happy birthday, love you. But she already. I've been trying to prep her though, like just for the possibility to prep her. Like, I'll make it up to you. I mean, but this is the hammer, babe. We've been talking about this.
This is the hammer. This is the hammer. But no, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. I don't know if anybody really knows when it's going to. Because you're talking about lawyers releasing copies and when they can do that. So I think it's unknowable, but it certainly could happen this week, and all signs are pointing that way.
Yep, it definitely is. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. But guess what? It's coming.
It's coming.
And that's all that matters. And Mike Green, once again, thanks for the 499. Nevada, someone we know took shots at you, but you're a real one. We love you, brother. Others stop hating. We don't watch a channel anymore. What you gotta say about that?
Oh man, hey, it's like I'd like to say that I don't care, but I just don't even care about even caring. Like I couldn't care less. I stopped listening to anything. Here's what I do. I love the people on the Scoop. I love our Scoop family. I love our listeners. I love our people that come here. I love people I work with. And we have a great time. You can tell, we're having a great time because this is fun. We're having a great time doing this. And just appreciate you being here. Appreciate the super chat. Appreciate you taking care of Pay It Forward. So thanks so much, man. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, appreciate you, Mike. And yeah, man, it's positivity, brother. We doing our thing. Scoop is still churning away, still doing our thing. It's whatever. People gonna talk, they're gonna do what they do. We're gonna keep it moving and keep providing great content. Period. And having fun while we do it. That's what we're gonna do.
Yes, sir.
So appreciate you, Mike Green. But let me make sure. I missed Dev's super chat the other day. I'm sorry, Dev. I missed his super chat. It was funny too. And I'm salty about that. So I'm scrolling right now, make sure ain't no more super chats. Hold on, see, there's another one.
Oh,
from Mike Green, 199. Hint, you still gonna line up and make the play. Yeah. So there you go. I think that's it. So great show, fun show. We will see you guys next time. Make sure if you haven't done it, like this video and please subscribe. And then also go back and watch the show with Intrinsic 2 days ago. It'll educate you for those who haven't been caught up on this. It'll really break things down for you and really kind of give you some insight into why we're so confident about what we think is coming with these sanctions. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. And go Bucks. Peace.